Are you a parent who wants to teach your child to read but don't know where to begin when it comes to phonics? So you are just teaching your child to read the same way you learn to read, by memorizing word shapes and word spellings? Hi, I'm Grace. Welcome to my channel. One of the things that I'm truly passionate about is supporting parents, teachers, and organizations help children become successful readers and spellers in a short span of time. So in today's video, I'm going to help you learn the ultimate 7 steps to teach children to read the right way using phonics. These 7 steps are the exact steps that we use in our phonics program to get kids from not reading to reading books independently in a short span of time. Anyway, apart from the 7 steps, I will also be sharing with you some game ideas and a handful of free printables and worksheets that you can use with your child to make learning to read fun and interesting. So make sure you watch this video until the very end. But before we get into the video, if you're new here, welcome. I do videos on early learning, positive parenting, and mindful living. So if that is something that you're looking for, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And with that said, let's begin. Okay, before we talk about the 7 steps to teach your child to read, let's talk about the right way to teach your child to read. You see, most of us learn to read using a method called the whole language approach, in which we memorized word shapes and word spellings like C-A-T cat or B-U-N-N-Y bunny without having a least clue how these words got their spellings. But this method of memorizing word shapes and word spellings is so ineffective and outdated because you see, English has nearly 400,000 words. So how many word spellings should a child memorize before finally learning how to read? Moreover, memorizing word shapes can lead to a lot of confusion and frustration in children because many words in English share similar spellings and they look alike, like the words right here. And it is not easy, especially for little children, to see the difference between these words. So, what is the right way to teach a child to read? Well, research shows that systematic phonics instruction is one of the most effective ways to teach kids to read easily and quickly. But what is systematic phonics instruction? Well, systematic phonics instruction is a method of teaching kids to read by helping them understand the relationship between the 26 letters of the alphabet and the 44 sounds that they represent in the spoken language in a systematic way. For example, letter M makes the M sound. The trigraph IGH makes the I sound. You see, English is a beautiful language, but its spelling system can be confusing. But trust me, when children are taught to read the right way and in a systematic way, learning to read is a piece of cake. So now let's talk about the 7 steps to teach your child to read the right way. So step 1 is teach the 26 letters of the alphabet, which are nothing but symbols that represent the written language. There are many videos on YouTube that suggest you teach letter sounds first and not letter names. These videos claim that it is the fastest way to get a child to learn to read. This is partially true, I agree, because children can read a handful of simple CVC words using this approach like n, et, net. But you see, is not the only sound that letter E makes. For example, in the word he, E makes the E sound, which is the long vowel sound. In the word the, it makes the sound, which is the schwa sound. In the word few, along with W, E makes the U sound. So how will you explain all these to your child when your child does not even know the name of those letters? Well, would you go, this is and this is also E, and this is, you see what I mean? So instead of making things complicated for our children, just because we want them to start reading as soon as possible, let's keep things simple and straightforward, because we don't just want the kids to read simple 3-letter words, but we want them to decode big and unfamiliar words easily and quickly. So it is important that we do what we do in real life. Teach the name and then the sound, or both together, like look, that is a dog. And the dog says, woof. We don't go, look, this is a wolf, and after a couple of months say, hey, listen, this is not a wolf. I was wrong. This is a dog, and the dog says woof. If we do that, don't you think it would be weird and some children might get confused? So when it comes to teaching, let's teach the letter names and then the letter sounds, or simply teach both together. Like, hey, listen, this is letter A, and letter A says A. We will talk about letter sounds in our next step. But if you are a parent who's wondering how to teach letter names and letter shapes in a fun way, then make sure you read my blog post, 7 Playful Ways to Teach Alphabet Letters to Kids. This blog post also has some free alphabet flashcards and activity printables that you can use, so make sure you check it out. The link to this blog post is in the description below this video. So once you get your child familiar with the letter names and letter shapes, the next step is to teach letter sounds. In our LURN Phonics Kids reading program, we use stories, songs, and actions for each sound, so it's easy for children to learn and recall different sounds. So you can do the same as well. By the way, if you are a parent who is new to the sounds in English, you can watch my video on the 44 phonics sounds in English. Even if you're familiar with the sounds, I still suggest you watch this video just to make sure that you are pronouncing the sounds correctly, because it is very, very critical to teach your child the correct pronunciation of sounds. And if you want to learn how to introduce letter sounds to your child in a fun way, then check out my blog post, 5 interesting activities to teach English alphabet sounds to kids, from the link below this video. So once you help your child identify the 26 letters by their names, shapes, and sounds, the third step is to teach your child to put the sounds together to read words. A very important concept that your child needs to learn in order to do that is called blending. Blending is stringing 2 or more sounds together to form words. Here is an example. To read the word dog, you identify the sounds d, og, that the letters in the word represent, and blend the 3 sounds together, d, og, dog, to read the word. Some children get this concept easily, but others might require some extra time and practice. So I suggest you teach your child this concept in 4 steps to keep things simple and easy. So in step 1, you help your child blend 2 sounds together. We call this CVVC blends. C stands for consonants and V stands for vowels. Here is an example. A, ma, or a, n, an. M and N are consonants and A is a vowel. So once your child is able to blend 2 sounds together, the second step is to introduce the third sound. So you can go through some simple CVC words. CVC means consonant, vowel, consonant, like at, mat, and so on. And after that, in the third step, you introduce consonant blends. Consonant blends are nothing but 2 or more consonants that appear at the beginning or at the end of a word, like bull and nd in the word blend, blend. So once you're done with this step, the fourth step is to introduce words that include consonant blends, so your child is able to read 4, 5, and even 6 letter words easily. For example, words like st, a, nd, stand. Okay? If you have a child who's little, like less than 3 years old, you can still help your child learn this important concept easily if you teach this concept through fun games and activities. So check out my blog post, 6 fun blending sound activities plus step-by-step guide to teach blending. This blog post also has consonant blends chart that you can download for free. I've left a link for you in the description below this video. If you're done with the third step, it means that your child can read 3, 4, 5, and even 6 letter words that are made up of the 26 letter sounds. Now the next big step is to teach digraphs. So what are digraphs? Well, digraphs are 2 letters that represent 1 sound. Up until this point, your child has learned that 1 letter makes 1 sound, like A says A, B says B, C says K, and so on. But in this step, you are going to teach your child that 2 letters can join together to make 1 sound. Here's an example. In the word ship, the letters S and H join together to make the sh sound. So S and H is a digraph. There are 18 digraphs and alternatives that you need to teach your child. If you are new to digraphs, you can download the list of digraphs for free from my blog post, a complete guide to teach digraphs in English to kids plus fun activity ideas. This blog post also includes some free digraph printables such as digraph clip cards and digraph snakes and ladders that you can use. And if you are unsure as to how to pronounce the digraph sounds correctly, you can watch my video on the 44 phonics sounds in English. Anyway, in our LURN Phonics Kids reading program, we introduce digraphs in 4 groups: long vowel digraphs, consonant team digraphs, R-controlled digraphs, and vowel team digraphs. So as we introduce each group, we also have practice words, sentences, and stories for each digraph in that group for children to practice reading. So you can do the same as well. For example, if you are introducing the sh sound, which is one of the consonant team digraph sounds, then come up with words that have the sh sound in them, like ship, shop, dish, etc. So your child can practice identifying the SH spelling in words as well as sound them out correctly. And when you do this, please make sure that the words that you are using have only the sounds that your child has learned so far, so your child does not get confused. For instance, if you choose the word shape, even though your child might be able to identify the SH spelling, might not be able to decode the word because the word shape is a magic E word, and you might not have taught your child those rules yet. You will be teaching your child those rules and other important concepts only in our next step. So just keep that in mind. So now that your child has mastered most of the sounds and their frequent spellings in English, in step 5, it is time to teach some important phonics spelling rules and concepts. Here are 10 important phonics spelling rules and concepts that you can teach your child. I'm not going to explain what each of these rules and concepts mean in this video, as it would take a lot of time. I assume some of you might be familiar with these rules and concepts already, but if you're new, you can check out our phonics spelling rules and concepts bundle for kids. This bundle includes 12 phonics spelling rules and concepts booklets that you can use to teach your child these important rules and concepts through songs and stories. The bundle also includes practice words for your child to practice reading. And you also get 70+ worksheets to support your child's knowledge beyond just identifying these important phonics rules. So I will leave a link to that bundle in the description below in case you need it. Okay, if you have completed all the previous steps, chances are your child is reading at an advanced level. So now it is time to introduce the most common and the trickiest sound in English, the schwa. Here are some examples of schwa. The E in the word the is the schwa, the. And the A in the word about is the schwa, out, about. The E in the word vowel is the schwa, ow, vowel. As you might have noticed from these examples, teaching the sound to children is not easy because there is no one rule to tell you why the vowels make the schwa sound. So most schools, including many phonics curriculum around the world, do not teach this sound to children. But trust me, learning about the schwa can save your child from a lot of headaches, because when a child is familiar with this sound and knows what to expect, it makes it easy for the child to learn and spell words with complex spelling patterns without getting confused. I'm not going to talk about the schwa in this video because it will take a lot of time, but I promise I will do a video in the future soon. But if you want to learn about the schwa sound right now and ways to teach your child, then be sure to check out my blog post, 5 simple activities to teach the schwa sound to kids. The link is in the description below this video. By the way, if you're planning to get the phonics spelling rules and concepts bundle to teach spelling rules and concepts to your child, just letting you know that the bundle has a booklet for the schwa sound, and the booklet has nearly 150 practice words that are grouped based on the letter or letters that make the schwa sound that you can go through with your child. For example, the A at the beginning of some words make the schwa sound, like in the words about, away, around. And so you can go through those words with your child. Anyway, let's move on to our last step, sight words. Even though I have included sight words in the final step, you don't have to wait until the very end to introduce them to your child. You can introduce 4 to 5 sight words a week once your child starts reading simple 3-letter words using the 26-letter sounds. So what are sight words? You see, although a sight word can be any word that you read by sight without much effort, in the field of early literacy, a sight word is usually referred to a word that appears frequently in print. For instance, the words and, you, are, in, is, are examples of sight words, and words like these make up more than 70% of words in children's books. So you will find these words more frequently in books than words like water, clock, or map. That is why it is important that children learn to recognize these words instantly so they can read the text more fluently and quickly. You can check out my blog post, 7 Fun Ways to Teach Sight Words for Kids. This blog post also includes free Dolge sight words list that you can download for free and use with your child. By the way, if you want me to do a video on how to help your child memorize the spellings for sight words, especially non-decodable sight words easily, then let me know in the comments below. I will do a video on it soon. So those are the 7 steps to teach your child to read using phonics at home. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and don't think twice to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. By the way, if you're looking for a reading program for your child, then be sure to check out our LURN Phonics Kids reading program, which is a step-by-step, fun-based multisensorial phonics program that is designed to help you teach your child to read by spending just 10 to 15 minutes a day. Everything is so simplified for you in our program that all you have to do is watch a lesson video, hit print to get your lesson handout, and you will be ready to teach your child. Moreover, you also get nearly 400 pages worth of phonics worksheets that you can use along with the program. So if you are a busy parent who does not have a lot of time but still wants to support his or her child, then be sure to check out a reading program, and I cannot wait to help you help your child become an amazing reader and speller.